So hello again. This is my second video. Anyone didn't see the first one, so this is all about me getting this thing ready to go to Norway next year on a 3-week trip to the northern tip of Norway. I thought I'd do a quick video to talk about these off-road tyres. Now, I'm not going to here do a comparison with a road tyre to road tyre or off-road tyre to off-road tyre, because you clearly have to be a professional to do that. To understand the differences. I think there's a lot of rubbish spoken on the internet about it, about people thinking, well, this tyre's better than that. Surely to actually test a tyre, you've got to be doing the same thing on the same bit of road, then changing the tyre and then doing the same thing again and again to compare, and then probably go back to the previous tyre. Otherwise, it's all very subjective, isn't it? I'm not doing that today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about, as a novice, someone like me, putting on a pair of off-road tyres onto an on-road bike. And that's these. So you probably know that the GS and the GSA comes with Anarchy Adventure tyres. Anarchy Adventures are 80-20, so they're 80 on-road, 20% off-road. Essentially, as far as I'm concerned, having an idiot riding one of these bikes, they ride like road tyres, I think. They're pretty good. There's no problem with them at all. These are 70 off-road, 30 on-road. So Anarchy Adventure is the standard one. You can get Anarchy Wilds. They are similar to this. This is a Mitas E10, which is an Eastern European company, which makes this Mitas brand. This is a 70-30, so 70 off-road, 30% on-road. And the only reason I thought I'd talk about it was because I kind of thought to myself, am I doing the right thing here? Am I going to crash as soon as I ride on road? I was very worried about putting these on road. And in fact, the bottom line of this whole video is, the aim is to just to tell you that there is pretty much no difference when it comes to riding on the road. When you first put them on, the bike does feel a bit strange. You put it on, it feels a bit rumbly, a little bit like a Land Rover might feel, because it's kind of stepping from bit of rubber to bit of rubber. But in fact, once you've actually got them, once you got used to it, after that first couple of 10 minutes or so, it's completely normal. I ride on these now exactly as if I would on a set of road tyres, which probably goes to mean I'm a bit of a wuss on a set of road tyres, because these haven't slipped or anything like that, so I'm probably not pushing the road tyres particularly hard either. They're great tyres. There's a bit of a rumble. There is one thing about them which is a little bit disconcerting, and I wouldn't say it's a reason not to put them on, and I'll explain that now.
So as you can see here, we are now on the M25 by the magic of YouTube. And you can see that I'm riding on some tarmac, and it's completely normal. What I mean by completely normal is it's imperceptible to me that I'm riding on off-road tyres. It all feels exactly the same as it would do on road tyres. You can see that the tarmac's completely smooth, and in a second I'll come back to you when I'm on concrete. So you can now see that I'm on concrete, and you can see that there are basically blocks of concrete that are 10 foot by 6 foot kind of thing. And I think they were first, what the M25 was first made from. But you can see running down the centre of them, in the centre of the bike now, there's these longitudinal lines that run along the line of the motorway. But if you get your tyre right on them, or even right near them, they really throw the bike off. And I'm going to try and do that now just to demonstrate. So that movement there you're seeing there is not me, there's no control input from me coming there. That is purely coming from the fact that the tyre has been gripped by these lines and it wobbles the bike. Now this is definitely not a reason not to ride in off-road tyres, but it's a bit disconcerting when it first happens to you. It's a tiny bit wobbly and it's a little bit worrying, but it's perfectly manageable. The faster you're going and the heavier the bike, the more you notice it. But it's not a reason, as I say, it's not a reason not to do it, but it is something just to be aware of.
But basically, what you've got here is this is a Mitas E10, as I said. It's 70-30. You can see here that it's much more chunky than a normal road tyre. If you compare that to a Anarchy Adventure, it's pretty much a road tyre, although it's made to look a little bit more like an off-road tyre. I think more for the look than anything else. There's also Anarchy 3s, which I'll show you as well. They're basically a slightly strange tyre pattern, which almost looks like it's been slashed by something. I think it's more fashion than anything else, but again, it's predominantly an on-road tyre. So I just thought I'd do this little video to say, if you feel like taking your bike off-road, you really need these set of tyres. You can see I'm on a little track now. If you try and do anything other than a very basic track on Anarchy Adventures, you stand a risk of coming unstuck. Obviously, it's probably more to do with the rider than it is the tyres, really. But for someone like me, who's a bit of an idiot, I think these give you more confidence. The problem with an 80-20 tyre is that although it says you can spend 20% of your time off-road, you can't really, because actually the tyre isn't good enough to do anything but the most basic tracks. So you really want something like a 70-30, something like this, because then when you go off-road, you feel safer, it's got more grip, and it inspires you with confidence. So I wouldn't have come up this road, this little track I'm on now, with an Anarchy Adventure, but with this, you just feel much more confident doing it. So the bottom line is, if you feel like taking your bike off-road, fit a set of these. They're fine on tarmac, no problem at all. There's the odd thing which I've mentioned in the video about motorway use, but other than that, put them on. I'm only going to have them on for the summer. I'll probably take them off next month in September when it comes to actually when it comes to winter time again, because I use the bike all year round. But other than that, have a go.